Hey guys, Audrey Wise with Journey Realty Group here in Arden, North Carolina, and thanks for joining me in this first video in the mini-series, What Does a Realtor Do for a Buyer? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I work with clients and how it saves them time up front. The first thing that we do is we have an initial consultation, and that can be in person or it can be on the phone. But during that time that we spend together, I find out everything possible about what the buyer thinks that they're looking for. And some people are very sure and they know exactly what they want, and other people think they know what they want, but they aren't totally sure. And throughout the process, they learn along the way that some of the things they really wanted, they can actually do without. And some things they thought they couldn't do without, they really can do without. So all of that's fluid and flexible, and that's fine. But up front, I do try to find out as much as possible about what somebody wants in a home. That includes things like how many bedrooms, how many square feet, do they need a basement, do they need a workshop, do they need a garage, do they need a lot of yard, do they not want any yard because they don't want to maintain it. All of these things we try to hone in and really focus the client on getting clear about what they do want, as well as the location that they want to be in. Once I have all that information in front of me, I can plug it all into the MLS system and get that client set up on a drip email. And what that does is it works like Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com, where it feeds them listings. But the difference is when they're hooked up directly to the MLS system, it feeds them listings in real time. It's accurate and up-to-date information. Zillow and Trulia and places like that are a lot of times a couple of days behind. So if something goes under contract, it may still be showing on Zillow as active, when in fact that's not the case. The initial consultation does a lot of things, but most importantly, it helps the client focus on what they want. It helps me to be a second set of eyes looking at things out there, whether online or in person. And even through my network of other realtors, they may know of pocket listings or coming soon homes that may be perfect for that buyer client that I have. The buyer is getting up-to-date information, and I am also able to look through those homes for the buyer, making sure that they are a good fit based on the criteria they gave me to begin with. Then if they say that they're interested in a couple of those, then I will deep dive into those properties even further. I'll contact the listing agent and find out as much about the seller as I can. Then I'll research all the paperwork that may be attached to that listing in the MLS. Especially important is the form that's called the residential property disclosure, and that's a form that lists all the defects and known issues with the home. Based on information I find in the residential property disclosure, the buyer may decide that they don't want to see that house. An example would be if they've had a recent roof leak, or if they're having problems with the foundation, then that buyer may decide right then that they don't even want to take the time to go see that house. It allows the buyers to make an informed decision on whether or not they want to spend their time pursuing that property. If I have an out-of-town buyer, I can even do agent previews for them. I can do video walkthroughs, I can do FaceTime chats while I'm there at the property and kind of give them eyes on the property even though they're not here. Another piece of advice that I give to buyer clients in the beginning, and it sounds a little bit ironic, but once they've found some homes that they'd like to tour, I tell them that as soon as they possibly can to do a drive-by. They need to drive through the neighborhood and drive by the home and make sure that they like the area, make sure that they're okay with the commute, because if they see anything during those drive-by times that's going to deter them, then it's good for them to know that up front, and then we save time touring homes that they're no longer interested in. Another way that I help buyers up front is if they do not have a lender that they're already working with, then I'll put them in touch with several lenders that they can interview and get the ball rolling on getting them pre-approved and pre-qualified, because they will need to be doing that as soon as possible. If you'd like to know how I deep dive further into properties that they do like and think that they want to move forward with, stick around and watch video number 2. In the meantime, if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.